Hello everyone and welcome to United Red Devil TV. And just before we get started on this afternoon's transfer news and rumours, I do apologise that before I uploaded the video last night for the evening show, I didn't realise that there was no audio. So I do apologise, and just obviously I've double checked before starting to record the video today. But it does look like the audio is working, so I don't know what went on with that yesterday. But just again, basically what I was chatting about yesterday was just more basically welcoming Ligt and Mazraoui to Manchester United, as their deals were officially confirmed yesterday within about half an hour of each other. And we're going to jump in can't even speak English today. This afternoon's transfer news and rumours, and hope everyone's doing good today. So we're going to start off with obviously just reiterating that Manchester United strengthened their defensive options on Tuesday with the captures of Matthijs de Ligt and Ligt Mazraoui from Bayern Munich. Both players completed their moves to Manchester on Tuesday evening, putting pen to paper on long-term deals. De Ligt has signed a contract until 2029, and Mazraoui has committed to his future to the club until 2028. And both contracts do have an option for a further year. United are now set to switch their focus on signing a midfielder ahead of the transfer window slamming shut on the 30th of August. They are continuing to explore a deal for PSG's Manuel Ugarte, who is understood to be their top target. Meanwhile, the countdown to the start of the 24-25 Premier League season is almost over. United will get their campaign up and running on Friday night, welcoming Fulham to Old Trafford. Despite results proving indifferent during pre-season, United's performances, generally speaking, were encouraging. They will be determined to start the campaign with 3 points for the second season running. So we'll jump into our first story. Luke Shaw faces another spell on the sidelines through injury yet again, as Manchester United looks set to start the new season without a senior recognised left back for the second season in a row. Shaw's latest absence has frustrated many United fans after he played at Euro 2024 despite missing the end of the last season and much of the 23-24 through injury. Tyrell Malaysia will also be out, with the Dutchman to miss at least 2 more months due to knee injury. Oh God. Below are 3 potential options in the transfer window should United be looking. We'll have a quick look at that and then jump back. 3 potential options. I think I know 2 of them, but we'll have a quick look once it loads. So the 3 possible options are Milos Kerkez. The Bournemouth star has emerged as one of the Premier League's most promising left backs, with his performances last season playing a key role in the Cherries' rise under. Andoni Iraola. I think that's how you say it. Kerkez only joined Bournemouth last summer, though, where he signed a long-term contract. Agreeing a deal, therefore, is likely to be difficult, particularly with United's PSR considerations and with midfield also a priority position in the current transfer window. Miguel Gutierrez. Gutierrez rose through the Real Madrid's academy, but only went on to make 10 appearances for Los Blancos' first team. The Spaniard appears to have found his home at Girona, though he helped secure surprise qualification for the Champions League. And this one, even though that one of the ones I thought they were going to mention isn't on here, but Sergio Reguilon, the Tottenham defender, spent a brief period of last season on loan at United before returning after Shaw and Malaysia were expected to return to action in January. Reguilon played reasonably well at Old Trafford and would have been worth keeping if the benefit of hindsight, United knew that Malaysia wasn't going to return and Shaw would get injured again. And the other one, I believe, I don't know how strong this rumour is, but apparently we've been looking at possibly Ben Chilwell as well. Whether that's true or not is another thing. But I'll go back to the rest of the news and rumours. Just got to wait for the computer to catch up. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, that's the last one. Following their moves to United yesterday, Matthijs de Ligt and Mazraoui have now been added to the Fantasy Premier League FPL ahead of the season kicking off on Friday night. It has been confirmed that de Ligt has an in-game value of 5 million and Mazraoui's price has been set at 4.5. Both players will be available to feature against Fulham at Old Trafford on Friday. What is my computer doing? Bolster your official FPL backline with our new recruits. Harry Maguire became a pantomime villain after an awful 21-22 season. But nobody is laughing at the Manchester United defender anymore after a show of strength last term. Maguire was booed by Australian fans of United on tour during Erik ten Hag's first pre-season, but he's put a few challenging years behind him and has moved forward. The last 12 months have seen a resurgent Maguire regain the trust of Ten Hag and a place in the team. He was the most dependable centre-back last season. He delivered excellent performances and the gloss was only taken by a few injuries. Maguire played through the pain barrier for United in the spring, but finally succumbed to injury, which meant he was unavailable for the FA Cup final and the European Championship. Lee Sharp's been talking with highest payout online casino. I've seen bits of Manuel Ugarte at PSG, which I thought was a done deal to Manchester United at one point. I still think he'd be a great fit in midfield for the club this season, so would like to see that move happen. I think Casemiro is going to have to be at his best playing in midfield this season. It's a brutal league to win games in. Everyone is so powerful, so fit. You can't carry any passengers. There's no doubting his footballing ability. He can see the pass early, break things down really well. I think the only question mark him is his legs and his ability to get around the pitch, which is filled by quicker players around him. Casemiro did struggle a bit last season. I'm just wondering whether Erik ten Hag has been seeing something in him pre-season and if he's got him a little bit fitter, dropping a bit of weight and looking a bit sharper. I wouldn't be upset if Casemiro was the starting central defensive midfielder though. The season with Toby Collier helping him out every so often. I wouldn't be surprised though if Casemiro goes and they bring someone new in like Ugarte. We need Ugarte. He's going to be so good in our midfield. The additions of Matthijs de Ligt adds competition to Harry Maguire, Lenny Yoro, Lissandro Martinez and Johnny Evans for minutes. Just like he did in the Community Shield, Martinez is likely to start at left back against Fulham on Friday. No. Do not do that. Which means Erik ten Hag could possibly pick Maguire to partner de Ligt in central defence. When Martinez relocates to centre-back, there will be a chance between de Ligt and Maguire to make, and you'd be foolish to bet against the latter. He has remarkable resilience and an added incentive to perform because there is just 1 year left on his contract. although United do have an option of a further year, it'd be a mistake to add that extra year. Because if he's got something in his contract like what Wan-Bissaka has, you just need to let the contract run out and just let him go. Former United captain Roy Keane has admitted he has concerns about the spine of Erik Ten Hag's squad. United have bolstered their centre-back and attacking options this summer, signing Lenny Yoro, Matthijs de Ligt and Joshua Zirkzee, along with Nassau Mazraoui. However, Keane still has his reservations about Andre Onana and the top end of the pitch. Keane's speaking to Stick to Football, brought to you by Sky Bet, said, "It's always a worry for me about competing, and I still worry about the spine of that Manchester United team. For all of the nice play they have and good players, I still worry about the goalkeeper and striker. On paper, they have a decent squad. But the reality is when they've played games last year, with that record in the league, they were so open. If you're on about competing, I worry about the spine of the team." United winger Jadon Sancho could join French club Paris Saint-Germain on loan with an obligation to buy, according to a report by the Independent. I do take that with a pinch of salt. I do hope this happens. Ahead of the transfer window slamming shut in just over a fortnight's time, Sancho is being strongly linked with a move to the French capital. It is reported that United and PSG are attempting to unlock a deal that could see Manuel Ugarte move in the opposite direction to join the Reds. Need to make that happen. AC Milan boss Paulo Fonseca has admitted that AS Monaco midfielder Youssef Fofana is the missing piece in his side's midfield. The Frenchman is currently being strongly linked with both Manchester United and Milan, who are determined to add a new midfielder to their ranks ahead of the transfer window closing later this month. Asked if a midfielder was missing from the team, Fonseca said, "The centre midfield is Fofana. We all know that." Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Manuel Ugarte remains United's priority in the hunt to sign a new holding midfielder, according to Football Transfers. United are determined to add to their midfield ranks ahead of the transfer window closing in just over a fortnight's time. Sander Berg has been strongly linked with the move to Old Trafford as well over the past week or so, but it is reported that Ugarte is still the club's top target to solve this particular mission. We need to get him over the line, man. Imagine Manuel Ugarte in our midfield. United bolstered their attack last month, sweeping for Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna. However, he has since admitted that he is not a direct replacement for Rasmus Højlund, insisting he is a natural number 9 and that he prefers to play as a secondary striker, linking the midfield with the attack. He failed to make it off the bench against City, meaning he is still awaiting his debut. And it is unlikely that Erik Ten Hag will throw him straight in from the off against the Cottagers. Bruno Fernandes started as a false 9 against City, and it is likely that he will operate in the same role against Fulham. If that proves to be the case, United will start their Premier League opener for the third season running with out-and-out centre forward on the pitch. Jesus. Christian Eriksen operated as a false 9 in a failed experiment against Brighton Hove Albion 2 years ago, and Marcus Rashford led the attack 12 months ago. According to a report by Italian newspaper La Gazzetta dello Sport, as cited by Tribal Football, Serie A club Bologna are eager to sign United winger Facundo Pellistri before the end of the summer transfer window. The winger has struggled to nail down a place in Erik Ten Hag's plans and spent the second half of last season out on loan. It is claimed that Bologna want to sign the Uruguayan international on loan and are willing to include an obligation to buy him permanently next summer. Pellistri has made just 25 appearances for United since joining the club in 2020. he's become the boil on the butt of life. Defender Harry Maguire has never had any interest in leaving the club in the summer's transfer window, according to a report by HITC. Following the additions of Lenny Euro and Mateus de Ligt this summer, Maguire is at risk of being pushed down the pecking order at centre-back. However, it is reported that Maguire believes he can still be an important player for United this season. No, you're not. You're really, really not. He was much improved for the Reds last season and started the Community Shield clash against Man City at Wembley on Saturday. United Sporting Director Dan Ashworth believes that new fullback Ligt Mazraoui will bring both experience and versatility to Erik Ten Hag's squad. The Moroccan international finalised his move to Old Trafford yesterday, joining the club from Bayern Munich. He has immediately filled the void that was vacated by Aaron Wan-Bissaka earlier in the day. Ashworth was seen as saying, Nassauer is a dynamic attacking fullback who can play on both the right and left sides of defence. His experience and versatility will make him an excellent addition to our squad. Having already won a number of trophies in his career, we know that Nassauer's winning mentality will be a real asset to the group as we work together to deliver the success required of Manchester United. United might test Brentford's resolve with a loan offer for striker Ivan Toney ahead of the transfer window slamming shut later this month. According to a report by The Independent, so do take this with a pinch of salt again, Brentford are still holding out for at least a £60 million fee to sell their star striker. Toney has entered the final year of his contract in West London and is keen to take on a new challenge elsewhere. However, it's reported that United, alongside Chelsea, may offer Brentford an alternate option with offers of loans with obligations to buy late in the window. Toney represented England at the European Championships during the summer. According to Italian journalist Gianluca Di Marzio, Napoli have failed with an attempt to sign United midfielder Scott McTominay on loan. With just over 2 weeks left of the summer transfer window, McTominay is continuing to be heavily linked with an exit from Manchester. The Scot, 27, has been linked with a whole host of different clubs in recent weeks after scoring 10 goals in all competitions for United last season. Serie A outfit Napoli are the latest club to have been credited with an attempt to sign the midfielder, reportedly on loan, but their approach was dismissed by United. But just to add just a little bit onto that, because I did see earlier that actually the director of football from Napoli is in England to try and discuss a move for McTominay, and hopefully we can figure something out there. According to a report that has been relayed by the Daily Mail, United have seen a £42.7 million bid for Barcelona midfielder Frankie de Jong rejected. The Netherlands international has been heavily linked with the move to Old Trafford ever since the club was first keen on signing him in the summer of 22. Summer transfer window. Reports linking him with a move to United have recently resurfaced as it has now been claimed that United have seen an offer north of 40 million not backed by Barcelona. It is claimed that Barcelona are willing to sell De Jong before the end of the transfer window, and it remains to be seen if United will go back in with a fresh offer. Well, he came out yesterday and said he loves it at Barca and he's happy where he is and he's going to stay put. But Barcelona need to raise funds because some of their big players are not going to be registered for the La Liga season because they can't afford it. And yet he's the one person that could potentially go out the door to solve their problems, and he's refusing and is staying, and apparently says he's staying. So, according to a report by Football Transfers, Paris Saint-Germain have reopened talks with United to sign winger Jadon Sancho. The winger, he spent second half of the season on loan at Borussia Dortmund, has been linked with a move to the French capital over the last few weeks. Sancho, 24, was reintroduced to United's squad during pre-season, and he could be involved in some capacity against Fulham on Friday night. However, PSG have reportedly stepped up their efforts to try and sign the winger. It is reported that United want around €60 million, £51.4 million at current exchange rate to sell him. Well, why don't we just say then, you give us 60 million euros for Jadon Sancho, and then we send the 60 million that you gave for Jadon, we'd send it straight back to pay for Ugarte. So it kind of pays for itself. So it's like or just say, look, we'll just swap. Here we go. This is literally what I was just saying earlier about the left back situation. Another story came out of last night was United's loose interest in Chelsea left back Ben Chilwell, who was previously linked with a move to the club last summer. According to TalkSport, the Blues board are unlikely to stand in his way if they receive an offer they deem suitable between now and the end of the transfer window. But his injury record's worse than Luke Shaw's. So I don't know if that's really a good idea. Manuel Ugarte is reportedly insisting a lot on a move to Manchester United, but the Reds need PSG's asking price to be reduced. Fabrizio Romano has claimed that talks between United and the Parisians are still ongoing, but United are prepared to look at cheaper options. The Reds have agreed personal terms with Ugarte, but agreeing a fee with PSG appears to be a sticking point. The defensive midfield was at the heart of a lot of United's problems last season, with age and injuries appearing to have caught up with a labouring Casemiro. The Brazilian has been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia, with Ugarte as his replacement. That Saudi Arabia stuff interest in Casemiro, that's gone. I don't think they'll come back in. I'll be very, very surprised if they do. And this is Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Manuel Ugarte insisting a lot for Man United move, as PSG and Man United are still talking. Jorge Mendes leading negotiations with PSG, open to selling Ugarte, and United still keen. United need fee reduced or one more sale, or we'll go for a cheaper option. Please don't go for a cheaper option. We need Ugarte, mate. Just give him the bloody money. Manchester United announced the signings of Bayern Munich pair Matthijs de Ligt and Mazraoui in a move that could cost nearly £60 million on Tuesday night. De Ligt has signed a 5-year contract and Mazraoui a 4-year deal, both with the option to extend by a further year. United have already signed Lenioro from Lille for around £52 million, but he will miss the start of the season through injury. However, talk has now shifted to who could be the next to arrive at Old Trafford this summer, with Manuel Ugarte, a name that continues to pop up, and it appears United have not given up hope of landing the Uruguayan international. We need to get him across the line. Manchester United are planning a sensational move to bring Barcelona winger Rafinha to Old Trafford this summer, according to reports. Spanish outlet Sport have claimed that United are aiming to sell Jadon Sancho and Antony this summer to replace them with the former Leeds United star. Both players have been subject of interest this summer, but currently remain part of Erik ten Hag's plans. The report states that United have entered the fray for Rafinha after deciding to welcome interest in Jadon Sancho and Antony collectively. Various outlets have claimed that Barcelona are keen to sell the Brazilian to raise funds and make space for player registration. I'd be happy to get rid of Jadon Sancho for Rafinha. The ongoing recruitment drive at Old Trafford kicked into gear shortly before Manchester United were beaten in the Community Shield by neighbours Manchester City on Saturday afternoon. Before deals for De Ligt and Mazraoui were struck up, the Manchester Evening News understood that United wanted to make at least 3 more major signings this summer. Getting more over the line will be shaped by player sales. That means United must have one final trick up their sleeve. In any case, our reports debate what the next should be for Dan Ashworth, Ineos and key figures behind the scenes. In case you missed them last night, here's what Matthijs de Ligt had to say about joining Manchester United. Erik ten Hag knows how to get the best out of me. He told the club's website, as soon as I heard that Manchester United wanted me, I felt an excitement about the opportunity for a new challenge at such a historic club. In the conversations that followed, I was impressed by the vision that the footballing leadership set out and the role they saw for me in it. Erik ten Hag shaped the early stages of my career, so he knows how to get the best out of me, and I cannot wait to work with him again. I know what it takes to succeed at the highest level, and I'm determined to continue that record at this special club. And I think that is everything for this afternoon's Transfer News and Rumours show. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please don't forget to drop us a like and share the video around. And drop us a comment down below, just in case there's any kind of article that I missed and I can chuck it in tonight's show. And if you're new, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you don't miss a video. And I'll catch you in the show tonight, guys. Cheerio.